So let's add some styles to our footer that we have here. And for this, I'm gonna open the style.css file. I'm gonna scroll a little bit. You can see HTML5 blank at this footer area. So we're gonna start working with this. I'm gonna open Photoshop and I'm gonna click here. So this is the color for the background color for the footer. So let's add background color. And let's save and reload. And you can see that the background color is showing. But you can see here in the design we have the background color to the edge of the website, and here it's inside the wrapper. So I'm gonna open footer.php file. And you can see it says wrapper right here. So I'm gonna cut, paste right here. So let's save and reload. Now you can see it expands, but also the content is expanded. So we have to add another wrapper. And let's take a look. Yeah, it's called wrapper. So let's create another one here on the footer.php. So I'm gonna add wrapper, cut, paste. So we have something like this. And let's save and reload. Now you can see that the footer the background is taking all the place, but the content is around this container. So let's continue working. Let's add some more styling. You can see here we have this line at the top. So I'm gonna, with the eyedropper, check this color. This is the color that we need. So let's add a border top. Let's add something like 6 pixels solid, and then the color. Next, I'm gonna add some margin at the top, 20 pixels, so we have some space right here. So let's save and reload. You can see we have the space. You can add more if you want to. Let's add something like 30 pixels. And let's add some padding again. Let's add padding 20 pixels. I only need the padding at the top. So I'm gonna add the padding 20 pixels 0, 0, 0. So we got more padding right here. Let's add another selector for this. I'm gonna add footer h3. We're gonna target all the h3 tags. Also, I'm gonna create footer, and you can see here in the about us, if I inspect this widget is using a class called text widget. So we're gonna target that, and let's add footer div h3a. So we're targeting all the anchor tags here on the footer. Let's add color, and the color for this is gonna be white. So let's save and reload. You can see almost everything is white. Here you can see we have this in orange. You can make this important. So it takes this color again. Next, let's make this bigger. So I'm gonna add footer div h3a. And I'm gonna add font size 16 pixels and font size 1.6 rem. So let's save and reload. You can see we have this like this. Also, you have to choose, well, you have to see that here we have this border in the images. So I'm gonna add footer, and if I inspect the element right here, you can see we have this class called WP post image. So we can add this to WP post image, and we're gonna add something like border 3 pixels solid. And let's open Photoshop again. Click here with the eyedropper, and this is the color that we need. So let's save and reload. You can see now we have this border in between each image. So let's scroll to the top. Here where we have the general style, let's add something like UL, list style none, and also margin 0, padding 0. because we don't need this padding and margin and things like that in any part of the website. You can see that we are getting closer, but let's see what's happening here. Yeah, let's see right here, because we're not printing the grid that we are using. So let's add something to the functions.php file, because I think we missed something there. So I'm gonna look for the register sidebar, and here we have this. Let's add grid 1.4. Grid 1.4. So let's save and reload. And now you can see that we are getting almost what we need to. Let's take a look here. And I'm gonna open the footer.php, and let's add here on the footer the class clear. So we are clearing the floats. Got the 1.4, and let's add this style. So I'm gonna open the style.css, and we're looking for grid. Here we have this grid. I'm gonna add grid 1.4, and let's add with 25%. So let's save this and reload. Now you can see that our grid is working here at the footer of our website. Let's continue working with this footer. Here we have these coupons, so let's fix them. And I'm gonna look for footer. Let's scroll, and let's inspect this element. Right here we have this coupons widget, so let's add footer. And this is an ID, so let's add full coupons widget. Display none, but we have to display none the h3, so let's add h3. So let's save and reload. Now you can see that we remove that part. Here we have this unordered list. Let's add something like footer, unordered list. Margin bottom 20 pixels, li. So we have something like this, and you can see we have some space right here in this h3. So I'm gonna remove all of that. I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna add margin 0. And it says a margin bottom, so now I'm gonna add 0, 0, 20 pixels 0. So we have something like this at the end. Also, you can see we have this li clear, but let's check here. Yeah, we're not printing the same right here, because here we are in the tours list footer. We're printing the same that we have before. But I'm gonna add widget random tips, and let's add something like this footer, and this is an ID, the div ul blog post, and then the li. Let's add a margin bottom of 20 pixels. So we have some, I think I added a lot of space, so let's add 10 pixels. And I think I added less space this time, so let's add 20 pixels. I think 20 pixels we have at the beginning, but now it's working. Now you can see we have these upcoming travels, and if I click here, it will take me to the London travel. Also, if I click here on camping tips, it will take me to the entry. So this is how we done this part. You can see that here on the Photoshop file we have this copyright and it has this gradient. So I'm gonna open Sublime Text again, open the footer.php file, and here at the bottom I'm gonna create a new div with the class copyright. Close this, and inside let's add something like a paragraph that says all rights reserved around the world, and we're gonna print with PHP the year. And I think we have to echo this, so let's reload and let's open again. Oh, I see it's printing right here because let's add a clear right here, clear. So we're clearing these floats. You can see it right here, but it's hard to see because the font is white. So let's add copyright here at the bottom. And for this part, let's add something like a margin top, 10 pixels, a padding of also 10 pixels, top and bottom. I'm gonna copy this, add the paragraph tag, let's add text align center, color for this is gonna be white, also let's add a font weight bold, and finally a margin 0. So let's save and reload, and you can see we have this all rights reserved around the world. But here in the design we have this gradient, and for this I'm gonna be using a tool called Colorzilla. This is the website colorzilla.com. You have two options, Colorzilla for Chrome and Firefox, but this is an extension, and you have the ultimate gradient generator. So I'm gonna click here, and we have a bunch of options right here. Let's pick this one, and I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna click and drag to the bottom so you can remove this. I'm gonna double click here, and I'm gonna, with the eyedropper, choose the color from here. You can see it's 47, 47, 47. So let's add the color here. On the sides, I'm gonna add the same color, but we're gonna be using a transparency. For transparency, you click here on the top. You can see it says opacity, and let's add 0. And also let's click here and add also 0. So you have something like this. I'm gonna add one here that says 100. So we have something like this. Here you can change the orientation. Let's add this to horizontal. And let's copy this. And I'm gonna paste all the code here on the copyright. So let's save and reload. Let's take a look. You can see that it's working and it's showing great, I think. For a first try, I think this is looking great. Almost like the one that we have here. If you wanna make this smaller, you only can move this a little bit more. Make them closer. So we have something like this. Then copy again. Paste right there. And let's reload this. I think this is looking closer than the design that we have here. So this way we finish this footer. And also we finish this chapter, maybe the longest chapter in the word course. The next chapter is gonna be called Final Adjustments. So we're gonna make some adjustments to this theme. We're gonna add a Google font. We're gonna add some CSS to our menu. create a search input. We're gonna make an advanced responsive menu to our main navigation. So see you there.